SourceFedNERDs, it's Monday, so of course it's time for Nerd News Breakdown. There are 3 of us here, and we each bring a story to the table, literally, and then we break it down for you. We'll then ask a question to discuss, and you can make your thoughts known in the comments below.
Yeah, today I'll be chatting about the deleted scenes for The Force Awakens.
Ooh, and I'll give you a quick rundown on DC's Rebirth event that's happening this summer.
But I'm gonna kick off this story, and our first story for the day is Nintendo NX and that major hoax that went down. Let me break it down for you. You may have seen new leaked pictures of Nintendo's new console, the NX. Now, I'll tell you why this is a hoax, but first, what is the NX? Well, it's the next handheld possible in-room console that Nintendo has been busy working on. You know, think of it as the next Wii U.
I own the Wii U.
Yeah, but you do know that it didn't do successfully well. It wasn't like by standard the better console that...
It was a hit in my bedroom.
I got rid of it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get back to my PlayStations.
It definitely wasn't up there with the PS4 or the Xbox One, so they're working on something else, but they've given us very, very little details. And a week ago, we saw this picture, which we thought was an image of the new Nintendo NX, but it was submitted by a Reddit user, and of course, being on Reddit, it was torn apart and of course proven wrong. Basically, someone has figured out that the image that they used on the NX, which was showing the interface and how it, you thought it looks like a skateboard.
I thought it looked like a skateboard, and it kind of looks like Baymax too.
A little bit.
That's kind of fun. But the footage that they used was actually used in a demo from the Unreal Engine demo back in 2014. Why would Nintendo use that? Because it's a hoax. Now there's a guy, a French developer and 3D modeler called David M, who confessed that he mocked it up. He said, hey, I posed as an insider for the first and last time for laughs, without really thinking that the whole world was going to share that. Now he based this particular image off an image that Nintendo had patented back in June of 2015, which we all discovered in October. So we actually think that this hoax design could be the real thing. It could be what Nintendo's been working on. We don't know. But because we saw this initial hoax, another guy jumped on board to actually make the hardware. He's made a physical version of the hoax Nintendo NX.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, his name's Frank Sandqvist.
You nailed it.
Sandqvist from Sweden. He owns a 3D printing shop. He made this prototype hardware with nothing inside and using a shiny acrylic screen. Basically, he fooled a bunch of people. Now, he made a video on his YouTube page detailing how he made it and why he made it. What he really should have done is kept everyone guessing until April Fool's.
That'd be really good.
What a missed opportunity, buddy. Yeah. Now, Nintendo has been very tight-lipped on what the NX is. I want to know from you guys, do you think that these hoaxes are trolling Nintendo? It's like, hurry up, we want it, and if you don't, we're going to put out all these fake devices? Or do you think that this is a clever way that these people are actually showing Nintendo what their next console should be?
I think it's just people kind of showcasing their abilities to like build conceivably like well-made prototypes and just kind of showing off their skills. A lot of people actually get jobs after doing stuff like this. There's a big kind of like fake mock-up iPhone community where people make the new, like, what the new iPhone might look like. A lot of it is actually just done digitally, though.
Okay.
But now with 3D printers and such, you could essentially print out anything and fool anybody into thinking you've got a prototype of a new system.
You could make an iPhone really quick.
You sure could.
It is very loud today.
You gonna be all right?
Shut up.
No, but I think it kind of actually deters Nintendo because they're so uppity and like up their own ass about like everything that they do, and they want everything to be special. Like, this is Nintendo. Yeah. They like, if some people start making it, they're like, they might actually try to rethink. Yeah, it's not special anymore.
The other thing is like a lot of people will make like a really cool prototype console, and then it'll turn out that's a hoax, and then Nintendo or whoever will actually show off what their actual device looks like, and it's never as cool as what the fan like prototype mock-up looked like.
There's nothing really Nintendo about the mock-up. I mean, it's got a very PlayStation Vita kind of look.
But I mean, who knows? They might be ready to reinvent themselves because I mean, really, right now they're definitely losing in the console wars. If anybody gives a shit.
Only home consoles, because they definitely have portable gaming. Everyone's everybody who cares has a 3DS.
Yes.
Right. And honestly, like, these console wars are a bunch of bullshit. Like, it doesn't really it doesn't benefit anybody to be like, I'm a Sony fanboy, I'm a Microsoft fanboy. Nobody wins, really. It's just kind of like everyone's playing cool fucking video games and get over it. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Nintendo should sit up and have a look at this because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just want to know if it's efficient and if it is going to be a console that can compete with next gen.
Yeah, I actually just got a little bit bummed out because you said that like when they always release the prototypes or fans make them and they're never as cool, because I remember when they released the iPhone once, they look so freaking
There was
cool.
like,
There was an all glass one that came out with all the only mechanical part was along the bottom of the phone. There's phones over here, by the way. Surprise.
And then PlayStation 4 prototype where it looked like the blue kind of speakers figures and it was transparent as well. I was like, I'm ready for that. And then it just came out and it's like, oh, so it's just gone.
Yeah, it took out the curve and just made it
there was like
transformery.
there was like a handheld prototype of something that was like always the coolest prototype that has ever been made by a fan. And I think it was either like a PlayStation Vita, it was like whatever the PlayStation Vita was going to be, or maybe like the next PlayStation handheld. But it never, I mean, it's still the coolest prototype, and they'll never make anything like it. It makes me so sad.
The functionality of this also doesn't make a lot of sense. There's just two analog.
But I mean, again, Nintendo has always been known for doing kind of like very unorthodox ways of like controlling your video games.
True.
So who knows? Maybe there's like they're already developing new ways to do it that are beyond whatever we've already used.
So get your fingers busy. Should Nintendo make this the NX, or what else would you like to see from it?
I would like them to be gloves.
So guys, the Star Wars deleted scenes, and we're talking about the Force Awakens deleted scenes, have a really cool trailer that Disney put out that kind of get you all hyped up for the Force Awakens coming to Blu-ray on digital on April 1st and Blu-ray April 4th. It looks really cool, except some of the deleted scenes. Actually, the trailer that they showed off is like really cool at first, but then it's just the same scenes over and over and over again, and I'm like, uh-oh.
How many scenes are there?
There are 3, and they just spread it out.
Well, there's 3 that they show in the trailer. I mean, there is a list of how many deleted scenes are on the discs, but apparently maybe they're just not that exciting, or they're not finished, or whatever. They are deleted scenes, however. So, in case you haven't seen The Force Awakens, mild spoiler alert, some of the deleted scenes show Kylo Ren hanging out in the snow with snowtroopers,
And we
which
saw
we
that
didn't
image
see.
In Vanity Fair.
Yeah, a
when we
while
first
back.
saw the
Years
character.
ago.
Yeah.
Along with that, like, general guy that supposedly hangs out on Jakku and
red
like
one.
messes with Rey a little bit, but I don't know if that's featured in the deleted scenes or not, which would have been a cool reveal in that trailer, but I guess they didn't want to show that. But they did show Kylo Ren going into the Millennium Falcon and into the cockpit and kind of having an emotional moment, which may mean, maybe he
like this a little
recognizes
bit.
it. Although maybe, now that I think about it, maybe they cut that out because they didn't want the audience to be like, oh shit, why is he getting emotional in the Millennium Falcon? Does that mean he's Han Solo's son or something maybe? And maybe they didn't want to reveal that or even give you a hint that early on in the movie. But there's also some more of Pineapple Upside Down Cake's hideout and Rey hanging out in the Resistance base. Talking about Maz Kanata with the pineapple eyes. And you guys, also you get the same exact stuff in the digital packages as you do in the Blu-ray edition. So if you get it on iTunes or Amazon, you get a bunch of the special features. So do we really need to keep buying Blu-ray sets? Yeah, I wish I had an image to throw up. 'Cause I made an image that looks just like that. Oh, Owen will pop it in.
Thanks, Owen.
So the question is anyone really buying Blu-ray discs anymore? And the answer for me is yes. I still buy Blu-ray discs, and I still collect them because I'm a collector, and I like to have them at hand. I like to pull them down from my shelf very easily, unless you're one of those guys that has like a fucking 900 billion terabyte hard drive hiding somewhere in a very cooled space that is just connected, hardwired to your Roku or something, and then you can watch HD movies at the click of a button, but not all consumers have access to that type of ease of access for their movies. A lot of people just use iTunes or Roku or the Apple TV or whatever, and you're not really getting true HD stuff that way. And in fact, a lot of people are just using Wi-Fi to watch their movies, and that's streaming. And a lot of people's internet connections aren't that strong to really do such a thing. So there is still kind of like a pro and con for digital and physical media. So, and also as an aside, there is a torrent version of the Blu-ray of The Force Awakens with all the features and everything that's circulating the web. There's already been 250,000 downloads of that in the 12 hours it's been online. And a lot of people are bragging about how they already have it, and it's really dumb because that's called pirating.
Yeah.
And that's really bad and wrong.
It's a criminal offense now, and they're cracking down on it. And what smarter movie to crack down on than the biggest movie of the year?
Yeah, you got a big target from the FBI, and Disney, I'm sure, is trying to do everything they can and in their power to stop people from pirating such a thing, even though it's not really possible. But listen, if you've got morals if you've got like a heart, a lot of people actually worked on this movie and spent a lot of money and time and effort making this movie. And if you enjoyed it, by all means, you should probably buy it. If you didn't enjoy it, I don't know what to say to you. Maybe you shouldn't even be downloading it.
As in terms
If
of
you didn't enjoy it, why would you go out of the way to like do an illegal act to get the movie?
Well, plus they're just like, oh, it's so easy, you know? I can just take it. But if you didn't like it, you shouldn't be watching it again unless you're trying to.
So you already have not giving it good like word of mouth, but now you're gonna go and just take money away from the movie.
Exactly.
Good.
It sucks to pirate, guys. Let's be honest. I know a lot of people do it, and it's so easy, and it feels like it's not wrong, but it actually is. So I don't know. It's a bad thing. But my question is not about that. It's about physical copies versus digital copies. Yep. Do you feel like one is better than the other? Is the Blu-ray about to be extinct? Possibly, but I still like them.
Boo! Physical copies are boring. I'm sorry. I don't want to have a bunch of cases and DVDs all
You don't
around
have
our
to.
house.
You can have a book and keep your discs in there.
Yeah, you're gonna have that in my car too, with my CD player and my cassette players. I don't want that though.
Maybe.
But you're gonna have a million discs and cases all over the house, and it's just and they're very expensive. And if you scratch it, you're fucked because you don't have the file anymore.
Someone's never played Tetris. If you're an organized person, you could keep them in a very nice displayed area.
But what about when you pack all your life up and you move countries again?
Boxes full of Blu-rays?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that's so
look,
much.
does that mean you're also not going to take your plethora of plates and things that are also heavy
They're
in
all
your
sitting
house?
in my mum's and dad's
I eat
basement.
those. I eat with those.
I mean, look,
I have so much
moving
stuff at home.
sucks, obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean, I wouldn't say that that's a big
Well, I mean, am I going to take...
argument against having a
Am I going to take my
Blu-ray.
iPad with 400 books, or am I going to put them all in a box? Am I going to take
Well, again,
my
I mean,
stream
it's-
list of all, like...
It does come down to preference.
It's an issue of quality too. I mean, and preference. I mean, look, you can have 1,000 books on your fucking, tiny Amazon device or whatever, or your iPad, but that's not the same as, like, say, watching an HD movie or watching a high quality movie. If you want to stream your movies, you're getting them at a lower quality as you would if you had it on a physical
make the
Blu-ray.
jokes less
But
funny.
as of right now.
All right, moving on to the third story.
At WonderCon this weekend, DC unveiled the new Rebirth comic lineup that will come out this summer. I'm very excited about it. Everything looks awesome. Back in 2011, they did the New 52 relaunch, which was to bring in new readers. They rebooted their entire universe, but it alienated a bunch of classic comic fans. But this campaign is reintroducing some of the older ideas with new teams and characters, but you know who they are, and it's a way of attracting new readers. But keep this in mind, there are a million new Batman and Superman titles, so that might get a million. That could be daunting for a lot of people, but there are a few that get me really excited, more specifically Justice League and Teen Titans. With Teen Titans, since the New 52 launch, it's been a goddamn mess. It's like the characters don't make any sense, they make really dumb decisions, and like their origins are all messed up, but now they're reverting to a classic lineup, and I'm very excited for it. And with the Justice League, excuse me, I'm full of spit. They have 2 Green Lanterns, and they're new for the Justice League. They have Simon Baz. He is a fan favorite character who was introduced in the New 52, and he's great.
Are his fans called the Baz Debaters?
Oh, boy.
There's also Jessica
Baz
Cruz.
They like going bass fishing?
It was terrible.
Both are bad. Don't worry.
The Baz asses?
I'm not one for puns. I'm not one for puns. Who would have guessed? But also Jessica
will
Cruz.
eat my pun bun.
She's the first
Inglourious
female.
Bastards!
That sounded bad.
She's a female Green Lantern.
Ooh, that's cool.
No,
That's
it's not. You want to keep making puns.
Well, you don't
That'll
like
be
a
at the
female
end.
Green Lantern?
No,
I
I
think
am
that's
excited
rad.
for that.
I'm
She's not the
excited for
first
that.
female Green Lantern, but
She
Human.
looks cool. There she is.
First
in that
human,
picture.
okay.
See her just there?
Look at her. She's pretty. She got a little butterfly in her
How's
face.
Jessica
Simon's
Cruz.
mask?
Huh?
Simon's mask. It's
Simon
like-
Mask is really cool.
Cool,
I
yeah.
like his mask a
does
lot.
Cruz mean we might have a Latina?
I believe so.
Mami, ay, 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 caliente.
It got hot in here.
Ay, give me some menudo, baby.
Is
What's
this
an
offensive?
Ponle tapatio on it, mama.
We're also seeing the return of a classic Nightwing,
Yay!
which is great. There's a picture for that. You got Birds of Prey, and you got other fan favorite characters and teams that are coming back. Also, big thing for people who don't like spending a lot of money on comics, they're dropping the price from a higher price to $2.99, $3, which is great.
That's like at least $1 off, right?
Woo! And that will add up when you buy a lot of comics like me. But also the biggest news, close your eyes. Let me tell you this. We'll finally know the name of the Joker. which is weird, because currently there's somewhere around like 3 origins for the Clown Prince of Crime, but after 75 years of the character being around, we will finally know his name, which will probably be retconned in an issue immediately after.
Wait, so I have a question. In the entire comic series, there has never been a name? Like, he's never had a name?
They have
comic books?
They have had a name, but then later Joker's like, actually, that story's not really true.
So he makes it up.
I flubbed some stuff, yeah.
Okay.
So
I seem to remember in the original Batman,
in Killing Joke,
Jack Nicholson's character's name was Jack Napier.
Definitely ignore that completely.
Yeah.
That is not, that movie does not have that's a completely original idea.
Not canon.
It's not canon. But here's my question for you. Do you think the Rebirth event is necessary? And also, do you think after I named off a couple of these titles characters, you guys saw some photos before, does this interest you and get you excited into buying comics?
No. I feel like I'm more of a word of mouth type person when it comes to comics. I don't just blindly pick up single issues. If someone's like, holy shit, you got to read this series, then I'm on board. And like then I would like borrow a couple issues from you if you have them. And then if I'm into it, then I'll start buying the single issues, or I'll just wait for the trade or something.
There you go. Trade is always easier because I do single issues only for like the things I know they're going to be really good. I'm excited for it because the 52 started to kind of get the wheels kind of the car's on fire and driving off the freeway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a big
Drop
old
the
mess.
Why did they do that? Was this like when they cleaned the slate and they were like, let's try again, and they just didn't?
It's not trying again. They like it before the New 52. This is at least from the 80s. This is like 20 plus years of comics, and you're like, I have no idea where the hell I'm supposed to start. And now this was supposed to be a brand new restart. You're going to learn the beginning. Even if you know the origins, that will only be touched on for a second, and we'll get into the main story. And we'll even have new ideas. That way you feel like you're a part of this bigger thing. But with a lot of things, they didn't work out, or they tried to like change things too much. Like it just became a mess.
Right.
It became a mess.
So this is their redemption.
This is supposed to be. Also, it's named after Rebirth, which was Green Lantern Rebirth, where it was reintroduced Hal Jordan, and Flash Rebirth, which reintroduced Barry Allen. They're both very famous, very good comics.
And Rebirth is the stuff that comes out after a baby's born, right? It's all that trash that's in there. Yeah.
For me personally, I think that the price drop will be a big help. I know that I'm getting all the Star Wars comics, and it's $3.99, $4.99 some of those issues, and that's just a lot of money because by the time I've turned my 20th page, it's over, and it's like, cha-ching.
You got me.
I just bought the Big Trouble in Little China trade paperback comic that is actually a continuation of the original Big Trouble in Little China. There's actually a story by John Carpenter written by Eric Powell, who wrote The Goon, and I love The Goon, and so I saw that at WonderCon, and I was like, what the shit? And so I had to pick it up, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited.
Really cool.
Aussies will know I love The Goon too.
But aren't you guys excited for the one with the hockey
Oh, was
thing?
that like a movie with a fucking guy in it?
They have no idea. Let's
What
just
is
keep it
it?
between you and
Oh,
I.
okay, it's an Australian joke. We don't tell our American
It's
jokes that you
racist.
don't understand.
Yeah, we got a joke about baby after birth. It's called Mom's Trash.
I think it's also pretty cool that we are seeing something that we've never heard of over 75 years of talking about this villain, the Joker. The fact that
Do you
we're
guys
getting
want his name? Do you want his name?
I don't care.
All I
Yeah,
know
exactly, right?
Is
Yeah.
that I don't want it to be as anticlimactic as Palpatine's name. So in Star Wars, we'd known about the Emperor for decades, and in one of the books, it was like his name was
Kevin.
Sheev.
I've heard a
that
lot.
Sheev?
Oh,
It's
Palpatine,
Sheev.
and it
Is
was like
Robert?
It was Daniel Palpatine.
it just wasn't.
He goes by Danny. It's
My
Danny.
name is Reggie. Like, that's not real scary.
Well,
bro.
I've heard that Palpatine
Sheev?
is the Joker of Star
Sheev.
Wars.
Sheev.
Sheev. So the Joker there's a lot riding on this to get it right. Like he couldn't be. No offense to Kevin's, but he couldn't be.
I just feel like whatever they're gonna do with it, announce his name or whatever, like you said, they're just gonna be like, oh, it's not really his name.
They're gonna retcon it
Oh.
later. They say that the
Yeah.
same thing with Constantine, and also like right now in the comics, originally like in the Killing Joke, there's like he was a henchman for like the Red Hood, and then like he gets something happy, fell in the vat and whatever.
Right.
And now there's a story where he's like 700 years old.
You know what?
Well, I don't understand.
long
Here's
as
the whole
bag.
Yeah, wait.
His name is the fucking Joker, and that's that. We don't need
We
no
don't care.
normal dude's name there
I couldn't
associated
get it.
with the Joker.
You
I
want
think
his
it's
name?
such a fascinating character. I would like because we thought we were going to get it in the Gotham series, the origin story of the Joker, but it
Don't
wasn't
do
at
that
all.
to us,
But it wasn't at all. So
Jerome.
this could be a really cool way for it to happen.
I like him
knows?
being mysterious. I like that
After
better.
75 years, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He forever. Like,
Hey,
how
I
cool
will
would that
be.
be?
I'm happy to be the odd one out here with this one.
There you go. That's why we have the discussion. Guys,
No
let me know
jokes.
your thoughts. Do you want the Joker's name? Are you excited for Rebirth? You should be. You should go buy the comic. People ask me all the time on Twitter. They're like, I want to know where to start out with comics. I'm like, just go pick something up. This Rebirth event is a perfect time to do that. Let me know your thoughts down below.
So that's your question.
My question.
For recapping, I want to ask the question: do you think that Nintendo should really pay attention to the NX hoax pictures that have been circulating the web? And Steve?
Well, I just want you guys to let me know what you think about them Blu-rays versus digital format. I just want to know, are you more of a Blu-ray person? Are you more of just like a digital format person? Very curious.
Very cool. Also, guys, just as a quick little plug, you guys should go check out our full Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice review we did on the SourceFedNERD's channel. It's positive, it's negative, it's fun. We have a good time. It's and we talk about everything, spoiler free and then spoiler full. And we have a guest from a comic historian. He's very into comics. His name's Benny, and we just had a great discussion. So you should go check that out on the channel.
But if you're more into the fantasy side of things, guess what? SourceFed D&D is back. Campaign 2.
Whoa!
As you will, or what's the thing you say?
Well met.
Well made.
We're all in it.
Well
so we've got
for
brand
it.
new characters, brand new rules, brand new monsters, brand new quests.
Brand new rules.
Yeah,
Yay.
brand new babies.
Same DM, so make sure you check that one out. It's also on the SourceFedNERD channel.
And guys, we are on Facebook, and I believe we just hit 20,000 likes. That's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah, it should
Thank
change.
you for that. So if you guys keep liking that page and sharing our vidges, that'd be pretty cool as well.
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's it for the Nerd News Breakdown. Guys, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you tomorrow for regular news. See you later. Bye.
Oh, since I didn't get a chance to join you guys for the Batman v Superman thing, I just want to say that movie's a bunch of trash.
It is. Go ahead and check out our full review. We're basically on the
A
same
trash
page.
film. A boring trash movie.
What about garbage?
Remember when?
It's trash.
Remember the troll from Lord of the Rings fought?
No, my favorite
Daredevil?
part was, and I can't believe that we are seeing for the first time Batman's family get murdered on screen.
That was crazy.
I've never seen that in a movie
You saw someone
before.
murder his family on camera.
And he saw it and it was emotional.
And
I've
then
never seen it. I wanted to see it visually on
No,
the
remember the scene?
screen.
I couldn't believe it when Batman fell in the well and the bats came out
I
at him.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was great.
Love that entertaining movie where Wonder Woman walks around a party for 2.5 minutes. Remember that? Oh, it's fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, spoilers.
The second item you're gonna need is Diet Coke, which, girl, I know you've already got that ish in your fridge. Who wants to share Diet Coke with a superstar? I was talking about myself. The next item you're gonna need, Mentos.
The Fresh Maker.
The next item you're gonna need, coconut oil.